Hey, everybody, welcome back to Lettermen Row. I am Austin Ward, joined by a very special guest. He still has time for us, even though he's an NFL superstar with the Washington football team. Terry McLaurin, back for another appearance on BuckIQ. Terry, thanks for joining us. How is the offseason treating you?
Thanks for having me. All season's great. I'm training, getting ready for next season. I had to take some time to get my body back. Coming off a few nicks and knacks from the season. So I just want to get my body back right. But now I'm back full on training and looking forward to next season. And thought I could come in and Buckeyes with you.
I could tell that you were getting a little excited. You know, you helped set that standard. You, Johnny, Paris, and it's continued on since then. And I know that spring ball gets you excited to see these next wide receivers. I could tell you're texting Berm, like, when's practice start? What are they up to? Because this next wave, they're trying to live up to what you guys did and maybe even take it a little bit further. I know that's got you excited.
Yeah, definitely. At the end of the day, I think I said this on numerous occasions, no matter where you go, whether you're fortunate enough to play in the NFL or just everyday life, that Buckeye brotherhood, that Buckeyes is always going to be close to your heart. And, the way that we were fortunate enough to, have Coach Hartline and have just such a great group of history of wide receivers when, Paris, Johnny, and I know we get a lot of the credit, but we can't take it all. We just had a lot of great guys in that room. I just feel like the standard of what Ohio State receiver has just grown. And, it's cool to reach back and talk to those guys and talk to Coach Hartline. And, if it wasn't for COVID, I'd probably be back there trying to get in there, get some workouts in. You kind of run away from them a little bit in college, but you kind of miss that stuff. And I'm excited to see what this group of guys do in this upcoming season with all the challenges with COVID and everything. But the competition should be great. And I just think it'll make everybody in that room better, top to bottom.
So how much time is there for you to communicate? You said you do that, whether that be with Brian Hartline or some of the younger guys, Julian Fleming. I mean, he wasn't around when you were finishing up your career. Jaxon Smith-Njigba, maybe a little bit with Jameson Williams, but they don't know you, so I assume that you want to make sure that they do somehow. They at least get introduced to you.
For sure, yeah. I've gotten to meet a few of those guys on different occasions. I don't think I've really got to meet Jaxon, but through social media is cool. You could connect with people. I've talked to Julian through his recruitment. Now he's his second year. I'm probably closest to Chris because he was there. He was the last receiver that was there when I was there. But I've gotten connected with Garrett, and at the end of the day, I want all those guys to know they could reach out. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna give it to them as real as I can, both from my experience with Ohio State and in the National Football League, which a lot of them I feel like want to reach for that goal. And at the end of the day, I feel like that's what it's about, man. It's a brotherhood, not just while you're there, but when you leave. And you just want to be another resource for them to use along their journey, good, bad, and different. And I feel like, guys in my class as well feel the same way. So hopefully we can always keep that, the receivers and just, former Buckeyes involved as much as they can. Like I said, I know it's different because of COVID right now, and they do a great job of welcoming us back.
All right. They showed a little bit last year what they could do. It was a weird year. As you said, they didn't get that full spring, but still a chance to make a couple plays. We've got three of those younger guys, some of the good stuff they did. For Terry to break down, show us what they're doing right now on BuckIQ. Let's roll the tape.
Yeah.
All right, Terry. This is a debut, true freshman, Ohio State wide receiver, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. I mean, if you're going to make your first big play, why not make it one of the best of the year? I mean, this is incredible.
Man, it looked like a sprint out play. And people don't know, like, it gets hard to score down there in the red zone. And for him to stay alive, like most guys, as a freshman, you may stop running or think, okay, the ball's not – he probably wasn't even the first read. I guarantee you the receiver to the play side was the first read. And for him to keep running, find the open space, be QB friendly as a freshman, that's real impressive, man. As you see the ball coming in, to locate it, like, I don't know how tall he is, but that's a tough catch. You got to track that ball with your eyes. Otherwise, the ball's going to probably go through your hand. And then to have the cognitive wherewithal to get your foot down smooth, and he looked like he was trying.
I mean, this ball, the ball's away from his body.
Yeah.
He looks like he's a full yard out of bounds. I mean, I just this kind of stuff. I mean, it tells me, Terry, that it must be natural. Like, I don't know how you could drill this.
You can't. You really can't. Man, I can't. And I know Coach Harline and Keenan, they do a great job of coming up with new drills, but you can't coach that, what he just did right there. You see him holding it with one hand? Come on, man. He holding it with his fingertips at this point. He's out of bounds. He knew he got his foot down. I know Coach Harline probably teased him, get 2 feet in. But that's a great play by him. First play as a Buckeye. I can only imagine if the fans were there how crazy they would have went. But that won't be the first, and that may have been the first, but it won't be the last play.
That's right. You set the bar that high in the first game. You've got to have something left later on in your career, right?
All right. I mean, if you're putting up numbers like he did coming out of high school in the state of Texas, which is known for football, he's destined for great success.
All right, this is another guy that I think destined for success. He was the number 1 wide receiver in the class, Julian Fleming. I know physically, I know that's what stands out to you first with him, Terry.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the thing I told you, he doesn't look like a sophomore. I don't know what his numbers are, but that's an NFL size wide receiver right there. Simple free access hitch route. It was big. I remember watching this game, and was this the game that Chris missed?
Chris missed the game, so they needed him out there. He had 4 catches there, I think, all in the first half.
Yeah,
they were.
At the end of the day, that's all you can ask for as a true freshman. To come in when your number is called in the biggest game of the year up until that point, to come in and make that play, and you see his run after a catch. He's not trying to run out of bounds, so that tells me he's a pretty tough dude. I see him making more plays, man, more explosive plays. I'm sure he just wants to continue to grow and be consistent. But yeah, I think the future is bright for that kid. And I think from what I hear, he's a pretty humble dude. So being a number 1 wide receiver, you're now another number 1 wide receiver is coming in. So he just needs to continue to work and be ready for his moment like he was here. And guys don't know, once the coaches could trust you to make just those simple plays and know what you're doing and being where you need to be, you get more plays, which creates more opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So that's good to see.
That competition never stops. As you said, there's more 4- and 5-star recruits on the way. I mean, here's another one that's now going into year 3, and Davidson Williams gets a little overlooked. I on this clip, Terry, I mean, I thought if you put an 83 on this guy, I saw some flashes of you.
Yeah. Man, I'm almost speechless seeing this play. I mean, just from Justin's standpoint to Jameson's standpoint, I know that was probably like an inside post. If you were probably to get the rear view of this view, it was probably executed perfectly. He's not giving away the route at all. I mean, why that's so important. He actually stems outside, which is great. As a fast guy, most guys may think, hey, I'm just going to run inside and try to run by him. That allows number 26 to overplay that route, either feed him to the safety or be in on it. So the little detail right here, you see that step right here? He's at the guy's cushion. He probably runs a 4.3 or whatever Jameson runs, but that little stem right there gets that guy to shuffle his feet. And at that point, as a fast guy, because I do that. As a fast guy, you're going to win the foot race. Justin puts a great air under the ball, and he just tracks it down, man. That looks so natural for him. I don't know about the rest of the part of his game that he needs to develop, but, I mean, that's an A+ right there. As a young guy to be able to run a route like that in a big game, that was a huge spot. So I'm excited, man. I like what he brings to the table. You know what I mean? I think he's just not a deep threat. Obviously, he has the special team ability that a lot of people see, but I'm excited to see what he does in his next step. I know they're looking forward to him taking a big jump this year. And I think, like I said, I think he could be an X factor for the receiving group, becoming a consistent deep threat, but also the intermediate guy could take slants to the house. A guy, you saw his first touchdown. You can't teach that stuff. Like, I know I said that already, but some of these dudes got stuff you really can't teach. And I just know to become a complete wide receiver, there's other parts of your game. But when you can do that, that changes games right there. I remember when I was playing Coach Meyer with, want to make an emphasis, we got to hit a deep ball a game. And we had plenty of guys. You haven't really seen guys like that since probably Devin really do it that easily and consistently. Chris obviously shows that ability, but That gets me hyped the way I didn't even know he ran the route. This is my first time seeing him run the route like this. Like, I know he's being coached to do that, but to do that in that spot, you could tell that's where he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's confident in what he's doing, and that's why the play looks so easy. A lot of guys may just run straight and probably incomplete pass.
Yeah,
shout out to Justin too.
Imagine that. You were telling me that earlier, Terry. Imagine this guy being your third option. You still got Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. Hey, good luck to anybody's third cornerback. It's going to be a long day.
For sure. And that's what creates the matchup nightmares. I mean, obviously, Chris is going to get the attention, and then Garrett's going to get attention as well. That means that third or fourth guy is going to get single coverage probably almost every time. And those are the plays you got to execute right there, and they did. Right. So that's cool to see.
Big spring coming for Jameson Williams, Jaxon Smith-Njigba, Julian Fleming, all trying to make that leap once the Buckeyes get on the practice field here in March. Terry McLaurin's been through all that, and now he's doing it at the next level. Appreciate his insights, as always, on this next wave of guys there in Zone 6. Terry, thanks again, man.
Appreciate you, Austin, man. It's a pleasure.
All right. For Terry, I am Austin Ward. We'll see you next time at Lettermen Row for BuckIQ.